Back to Jeff Koinange live here at Citizen Television. What a panel we have today. Ladies' night, folks. It's Wednesday. Yes, indeed. Right next to me, Beatrice, Elachi, MP, Dagoretti North. She ran back in the day. Remember 2014 and you didn't get it?
2017.
By the way, she's... You what?
2017.
Sorry, 2017. My bad. And you've also been CAS. You've also been Speaker of the County Assembly. Gosh, you must love punishment.
Why? And I've been an SG.
And you've been an SG as well.
Over party.
Good Lord.
Yes.
That's a good CV.
You know it's a great CV.
It's growing. Thank God for giving me that opportunity. I'm just growing.
Right.
And learning many lessons. By the way, many lessons.
You are, huh?
Jeff. Oh.
Hezena Lemaletian, all the way from Samburu County. You also ran for woman rep, huh?
Yes, I did.
And were asked to step aside.
Yeah.
But now you're nominated senator.
Yes.
Oh, nicknamed Queen of the North. Gloria Oroba. You also ran
Yes.
in the nominations, right?
I ran for Member of Parliament in Bobasi constituency in Kisii County.
And
then I lost the party ticket.
You're also a nominated senator.
Yes.
Welcome all, ladies.
Thank you.
This is the one who's going to be telling you all the lessons to learn because she has
She has a big CV.
What do you think when you see these young ones like this? What do you...
Oh, my. For me, and without pretending or anything, I think I just want to congratulate them. First of all, for Gloria justifying in Bobasi, single constituency.
Yes.
Where I think they look at women and wonder, at your single constituency, you have a seat called women rep. Please go there. That's Kisii, I'll tell you.
Yeah.
That's Western,
yes.
I'll tell you. That's Meru. That's how it is. Very tough in some of these regions to vie as a woman. Then I look at this young senator here. And she has her history, yes. But more importantly, just going to Samburu. And I think Lesuda has now been a role model of all. And you are able now to get your path. And when I say a role model, I know many will think nobody will hold your hand, by the way. So what you do, you envy and you say, if she has done it, I
can do it as well.
Yes, so just going against also and saying, I will vie in ODM and become the woman rep is, that was a step that not many, and being very vocal and first of all, confidence.
Yeah.
So the first time we went for a Samburu big meeting and she comes out. And thanks to Baba, by the way, for just seeing that girl has a future, a vision, and giving her that opportunity. But also I know Gloria really stood with Kenya Kwanza, really. In every the shows that I went, we'll meet, and she'll be very clear in terms of, and since they are nominated, continue being very focused on your political parties. Yes. You are not like Beatrice Elachi. Beatrice Elachi can a bit decide this is good for my people, and so I will leave the politics and I'll have to go and look at how I support the interest of our people. But for you, when I was nominated, you have no choice. And you will always be bashed, you'll always be followed up. Whenever now you start being very objective, again, you'll find people wondering, so we gave you this nomination and now, so just focus on what the party believes in and focus. But that does not mean you completely, again, when the party is deciding something that you know this is wrong and it is not of your interest of Kisii or Samburu, be firm. Be firm so that they respect you also in that firmness. So that is one thing. And I'm hoping the women in the Senate first will not look at you and start feeling, hey, this young girl, you're not a young girl, you're a young leader who every youth in this country is looking upon you.
And let me ask you this, you're right. Is it intimidating in the Senate? Is it intimidating?
A little bit, because I think we are getting used to the streets and the rules of the house. But initially, you know, we were in the same house with the people who had experience, people who are like two-term senators, people whose confidence is across the roof, and you're new, you're still learning. There's a lot of language you have to use. Oh, Mr. Speaker, sir, and things like those. What is it? Just like, why can't I just say whatever I want to say?
Standing orders.
You know, standing orders. You have to
Your
trump
Bible.
the standing orders, the constitution entirely. You know, you can't state anything that's not factual because you are live on TV throughout. So a bit intimidating, and a lot of people are older, especially from our side of the coalition. Their coalition employs a lot of young people. So they say they look at me being lonely on the other side.
Right.
Oh,
I'm
no.
like, we are one house.
We're always
We are the
motivating her.
oversight.
As the young one.
Yes.
Yes.
Gloria, is it true Kisii was tough to run in Kisii?
Very tough.
Huh?
Yes.
Because they don't consider women as...
Well, you know, it's changing slowly, and even my constituency, I got 5,000 votes despite the difficulties. So there is like it's slow, progressive,
Yeah.
but it's very tough. There's a lot of violence,
Yeah.
too much
Against women.
against any woman who thinks they'll wake up and today you'll say you are going to be a leader. How? So
Why is that? Why is that?
no, there's a level of cultural barriers. And then, you know, there's some patriarchy. And quite frankly, I think it's just, we need to be the change makers. So it's not a blame game thing.
Yeah.
Just most people don't understand or see women in that view in Kisii County, but it's starting to change.
Okay.
So I believe I had a good run. It wasn't so bad. So, you know, when Izena is saying, you know, it's intimidating, I'm like, hey, we have come from worse. So for me,
You have no idea.
it's so intimidating in Senate, but probably I don't notice because we're just used to fighting. You get into a space, you're already on defense. Who's coming for me? Who's coming for me? So maybe that's how I'm coping.
Yeah.
But it's definitely intimidating.
Well, how was day one? Take us through. How was day one when you walked into the Senate?
Day one. Day one was good for me. I actually made my speech on day one.
Oh.
Yeah. There was this, we were having a conversation about nominated senators being flower girls, or you can't do this, you can't do that. There are some unspoken rules and traditions about nominated senators. Nobody will say you can't be chair of a committee, but you can't be chair of a committee. So when you're trying to learn, so, you know, day one, I was trying to figure out, and we're having that conversation. And so when I was congratulating the speaker, I thought, I better say this, you know, that this should be the house that changes the notion that nominated senators are flower girls and they cannot contribute to the debate or bring any content. So, and I think we're doing well. We're doing really well.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I already have statements. I already have bills. We are working. Yeah.
Wow. How about you, Ezena? Have you made any statements? Have you made any...
Yes, it took me a while to make my maiden speech because, you see, the first day Gloria spoke and I was like, wow, she's confident. But then how did she learn these rules this quick? But then I was catching up and then I did my maiden speech. But I really wanted to do my maiden speech alongside a topical something that was very close to my heart. And like she said, we wanted to make a statement that we are not just flower girls. We are there for a purpose and to lead and represent particular people. So the menace of insecurity has been very rampant in Samburu. In fact, from February this year, there is almost attacks every 2 days. Even today, there were 2 attacks from morning until 2:30, and then another one minutes ago when I was just waiting at your waiting room. So he said, the first thing I'm going to address is the insecurity. And that was the statement I made. It's before the office of the CS for Interior, Professor Kindiki. And we are hopeful there'll be a response soon.
Fantastic. It's good to see these young people growing like this and so confident, huh?
Yes.
I mean, it wasn't the same when you first tried. I mean,
No.
Right?
No. But I think, as they say, we were very lucky. We got good scholars. You see, when you sit in a house where you have Senator Orengo, Senator Murkomen, Senator, at that time, Anyang Nyong, Senator Kireito, when they just stand and you listen to that flow, you learn. Bonnie, standing orders, you learn from him because he comps it. You're able to click, and he made me now just learn that you have to learn read your standing
orders.
Not just where you want, but just read. You will find so many gaps how people and you'll be able. And one of the things you realize, if you haven't spoken, just say a point of order. Yes, the speaker will say that point of order. And just say, Speaker, I just wanted you to hear my voice, and here you are. So that you just speak. Because some people just keep quiet, and you find the whole session ended. You never spoke, you never did anything.
But there's some people who put their card in or whatever it is, or you press a button, and they're never recognized. How come?
Well, yes, sometimes. But I think when the speaker is following through, in the Senate, you'll speak. In the National Assembly, as being the number we are, definitely. But I would say then I am lucky. I think since ever we started, I would say whenever I'm in the House, I speak. Yes, I speak, and I contribute, and I have brought in a motion. We've done the motion. I was trying to just unify the SMEs policy. They are so scattered. If you go in trade, you find in the ministry things of SMEs. Then you go to industrialization, SMEs. So you find so many policies that become like a barrier to all our SMEs. So I brought in a motion, let's try and unify them. And now that we have a ministry of SMEs, can he now be able to pick, be able to give us data, be able now to make it more better so that even if somebody comes here with facts, you're able to say, yes, in Kenya we have these thousands of SMEs in the country. They are able to employ this. They are able to bring growth, this and all that.
Like the South Africans are here right now. It's great to see.
It's great to see, and I'm happy they've given us 90 days visa-free. I hope Kenyans, and Jeff, not that people don't like us. People love us. We are bad. Sorry to say that today. You know why?
Tell me.
You'll find a few Kenyans who will just decide to do something so foolish and forget we have 50 million Kenyans who would have gone and done something better. Just the same way people used to go to Turkey with the Schengen visa. Guess what? Kenyans decided just to destroy the whole agreement by running away, getting into the other countries of Schengen visa. And that is how Turkey has just decided to change the whole policy. And then we will come and start blaming Turkey, but it is us. So Kenyans, we've been given an opportunity. Please do not go and mess it up for the businessmen. Businessmen and women, give them the opportunity to go to South Africa and do business. But don't go there and just become...
And misbehave.
And misbehave, and then all of a sudden you find the policy has been thrown out of the window. So
bad manners.
We have it. Hatuna ungwana hata kidogo. And I'm sorry to say that.
No, you're absolutely right, Mahesh. You're absolutely right. You're an athlete. Before?
No, well, just in primary school, but I was a beauty queen.
It's equivalent. It's equivalent.
Well,
it's a talent.
I love
that. A skill.
Yes, I was... but that's what it's called.
I love that.
I was Miss Tourism Samburu and then Miss Commonwealth Kenya.
Oh.
Yes, still reigning actually.
So how did you get into politics? How did you get on that stage?
I never saw it coming. I never saw myself as a politician growing up. But I always saw myself as a leader, God knows for what. But maybe in other sectors or aspects of life. But when I was Miss Commonwealth, I'm also a Goodwill Culture and Charity Ambassador for the Commonwealth. So I used to do a lot of charity activities within my community. And then when COVID came in late 2019, was it 2019 or
2020? March.
Yeah, so early 2019 outside, within the country, early 2020. So I started doing food supplies, soap supplies, and then I realized where I was donating the food, my people did not know totally anything about COVID, yet there are institutions and people who are supposed to sensitize them about these things. Some people are living in like total abject poverty. They could not access soap or water, and I was giving them masks, and some even were wondering, what is this you're telling us to wrap our mouth with? So they were really pushing me to buy. And I told them I've never wanted to be a politician, but let me think about it. So when I came, the food I took was not enough. And I think I exhausted my friends' pockets, because I was always going back and forth, give me this, give me that. When I came back to Nairobi, it was like I was just being haunted. I could not even sleep. So I said, okay, how can I actually ensure and show these people that I can actually come and lead and be with them and do these things for them? And I was asking myself, there are public funds that are meant for the use of this community, but they were not reaching them. Just that time when I was there, the county government had purchased camels for distributing to poor families, very poor families. But I was right there when the distribution was happening, and these camels went to people who are already in government, people who are well off and could afford a meal per day, you know, admins and stuff like that. I was very embarrassed. So I said, okay, this is a place I can get into and change the rules and do things differently. And I think that's what motivated me to go into politics. So I was weighing, which seat do I go for? And I saw, okay, this seat for women rep is much easier, because one, the person who was there had already been there for quite a while. And I was expecting that she will be like, okay, let me mentor this one and leave the seat for her. Well,
wow.
She's my aunt, actually.
Wow.
Yeah, she's my aunt, actually. Oh. And, you know, I was like, you know, I had no clue about what was involved in politics. So I didn't know that there was no morality in politics, because that is what morality would have probed. Like, let me step aside because I'm tired and I'm not doing much. And so I said, okay, let me go for this seat. I had a lot of support, especially from my immediate sister, who is my role model. And someone you've interviewed once on this bench. And I kept wishing that I will get to this bench one day. Sophia Lepushirit, Commissioner, EBS. So she's been my role model since class 4. Yes. So I was like, whoever Sophia is, this is mini Sophia. So she told me, yeah, you can go for it. Whatever you want in this life, go for it. And she will sponsor me. She will give me her car, you know, some money. She will help me get the food to take to these people. And so I met the incumbent. Then I was watching her to see if she will react because I'm vying for her seat. She didn't have any of it. She was very upset. So it became a long battle of interest and clan politics and supremacy battles of the veterans. And I remember Mheshimiwa Beatrice one time came to talk to us at a function with IRI, International Republican Institute. So I told her, because you seem to understand politics a lot and you know a lot about clan politics, especially even within the Samburu, I asked her, what do you actually think? Because I'm vying against my aunt. Yes. So she also added fuel to the fire. She told me, go for it and believe in yourself, but don't disrespect her. I was like, this is a good leader who can actually tell me this. And she told me, make sure your clan politics is balanced. So I went into it, and the whole clan came and endorsed me. It got to a point of no return, because now my auntie is also from my clan, but she's the older one from the clan. So it became a battle. The clan was telling her, also endorse this girl. But it created a lot of rift between us, but I thank God eventually she came and supported me. Right now we are in good terms, we are talking, and the two of them now happen to be mentoring me.
By the way, who's your aunt?
My son Leshomo and Sophia Lepushirit.
Both of them are...
They are sisters, actually, and they are my aunt. So my son did well for her 15 years. Despite not going to the tail end of education, she did so well. as a pioneer Samburu woman in politics, you know. She opened the door literally for all of us. And I would like to give her credit where it's due, because if she never went into politics, none of anybody else who came after her would have done that.
Yeah.
And Sophia is the first Samburu girl to go to university.
University, yes.
So
First.
first.
My goodness.
So and she went to UN. And I think I was the second after so many years, I don't know. So it was good for me.
Great story.
Yes.
Gloria, what made you get into politics?
I don't have any aunties or uncles who are anywhere in any high places or in politics.
She's like an auntie.
We are probably now going to be the aunties for the future generation, but we don't have any aunties or uncles who helped us. I was clear in my mind that I was coming back to the country to join politics, because I used to admire. I was like, I want to go to a place where I can be a change maker. And slowly in my young adult years, 18, 19, 20, I started understanding politics and what it was, just from different elements. And then in my early career, I interacted with the Ministry of Tourism, with ministers. And I was like, these guys with just one signature like this, there was a partnership between, a private, public. I was like, this is where I want to be. I want to be here. So for me, it was clear I was coming back to the country because I was joining politics. So I came back and I knew I was going to vie for MP from my father's home, which is a big thing, because in Kisii first, why are you vying as a woman? Yes. And then you're vying from your father's home and you're married. Why? Go to where you're married. So that was the first battle, but I did a lot of sensitization. And I'm married in Denmark, so now I'm supposed to go to Denmark and nitishe kura. So, I was like, wacha niwaletea wazungu, we do projects here, because now I have to vie from my father's home. So for me, it was, I can't even tell you that there's no plan. The plan was just to get elected. So that's why when I didn't get the party ticket, it was very devastating, because there was no other plan.
Right.
But I would just say, because I was listening to her story, and it's so unique. Everyone has their own journey. People ask me, so how do I, to get to where you are, what do I do? And I can't tell them. I can't tell them that, the way you can tell someone that, if you get a degree, what do you do? Or you do a diploma, then you do there's no formula, really. I think, actually, this morning I was having some reflections, and I think the formula is just to dare to be shameless. Just be shameless. By the way, in politics, just be shameless. Yeah. You want a seat, just shamelessly ask for it. Can I have this seat? Then they will say, of course, in Kisii, no, you can't. Then now you start fighting for it. Just be shameless about everything. Because there's something about being shameless. There are no apologies. You just present yourself. You'll mess up at one point. But if you're kama una haya, it is like, imagine I'm just shameless, so I'm just going to ask. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. The repercussions, will deal with them, badai. And I think that is what I was reflecting this morning, and I said, I think that's what got me through. Because, Jeff, just before party primaries, my father passed away. And it was such a terrible situation, because already campaign was so hard for me. Just the dynamics of it all was so hard. Then my father passed away. Then he decided he does not want to be buried in the village, because he had decided, he had made up a plan. So, and you can't start, there were so many things around it. You can't start explaining to the electorate, my father in his own right has a will, he does not want to be buried here. Right. So as a candidate, it really just messed up everything. And then politicians who we were competing with took that opportunity, Jeff, and went to court. Yes.
Against you?
They sponsored people to go to court and claim my father's body.
Come on.
5 weeks, my father was just in Umash. 5 weeks. And, they kept, when I think about it, I'm like, why, I kept on saying, Daddy, why did you have to die now? Ngengoja tu kidogo, and then, because then suddenly there was this rumor that they created, because politics, people are shameless. They just created a rumor. This girl has come from wherever. She is cremating the father. Ooh. So let's throw that and see how the electorate responds to it. They created all sorts of crazy things. Jeff, we were in court, was it 3 weeks before, 4 weeks before primaries? And I was looking at these strangers who were claiming that they were my father's wife, children, who and who.
Lord.
When they were being asked simple questions, like, is your father? How did he die? When was he sick? Do you have his phone number? When did you last see? They couldn't, it was so, and for them it was fun. For the politicians who were using it, in fact, they used to go and campaign and tell the electorate, sisi ndio tutawaletea mwili. So my father's body became a political tool.
Yes.
It was the saddest time, but we still had to put, in fact, he died, the morning that he died, I had a show. And my sister told me, go for that show.
And you went?
I went for the show. In the next day, it was like we were in battles, I was in campaign, and we were trying to figure out how to give my father a respectable send-off. So that's why, people don't know this. I tell people, be shameless. Because those people were shameless. They didn't care about it was just like, tuko siasa, we want a funeral, bring the body. It was so terrible. Up till now, I've been telling my sister, I think I haven't recovered. But for me, what I learned then, if I could go through that and still go for party primaries and still get 5,700 votes, Jeff, it was bad. I keep saying, let me tell you, anybody can join politics and you can be successful.
But you know what? It's not just shameless. You women are very fearless as well. I mean, look at you, Muhesh. You were hounded out of office as county speaker.
Oh.
Remember? I mean, of course you remembered when it happened to you.
What?
That was a rough time, right?
Absolutely. And at that time, you are being told things that you wonder, what? You have done plastic surgery. What? You are wondering, are these men normal? Why would an African woman, first of all, go for plastic surgery? Jeff, you can't even understand the story. You're like, plastic surgery, African woman. You don't sag, you dry up.
That's a new one.
I'm not a Mzungu who will sag. I'm an African, I'm on the sun. You will pull up. So me, I'm like, okay, there's plastic surgery. Then I'm told, what else was I told? Oh, God. Oh, yeah, it was a first class thing. And I'm like, hey, when you deal with people who, first of all, can't understand, you can walk in a plane and upgrade this plane with your
points. With your points, yeah. It's actually...
And that's it. And then it
becomes a political...
Oh, my goodness. I'll never forget. But then I came and I realized, if you joke with people and they joke with your name, in fact, I said, never again will I ever allow. When I have not done something, and you joke with my name, my friend, we will kill each other. One of us must go to grave. That's the day I learned. Just the way Gloria is saying, I told myself, never again. And you can never joke with my name. Whether you say what, you have to either prove or tell me sorry.
Yeah.
Those two. Because I will never also do that to you. I cannot just come and, all the years you've done your career, Jeff, just decide to put a story that is not your story. It is wrong.
But that's women. It's only women who don't do that.
But then...
Because the men, they don't, shameless.
Yes.
Shameless, they just do it.
Correct.
Yeah?
Without caring.
Without even a second thought, they will just make up a story and say, fly, sponsor people, blah, blah.
Yeah, but even I tell my constituents in Dagoretti, they know. I tell them, this thing of fitina, don't bring it to me. If you have an issue, come with the person. But if you try and come and tell me so-and-so said, so I always chase you completely, get out of my face, go. Because I will hate also to say that oh, so-and-so said. There's no need.
Yeah.
Come and just tell me, this is wrong, you've done. This is wrong. But let me tell you, those lessons taught me also that when you are in such positions as women, you will go through, one, women will always want to see change, transformation. Whether you call them corrupt, but in their legacy, in their records, you will see transformation happening. And so you'll be an enemy of many who didn't believe that there's transformation that can
happen.
You'll find women with the little resources you have, it will build up and become more. And so I've realized it's also a threat to our colleagues who are men. Big threat. And so they will always look for something to smear. And so very few men will appreciate that indeed you're colleagues and you can work together. Men will fear to do business with women because sometimes women will wonder, what did you just say? And then you start thinking, women, we start thinking, okay, it will help Kenya. Men don't think those things. Jeff, let me tell you. That is why
You start justifying.
even when I look at my president, he would wish to see a legacy for Kenya. I look and I wonder, and all the others down, are they thinking like you? Because after working with them, I realized, you can have a good president, Jeff. But if you have a team that is thinking how to make money, you will be shocked how they'll put you in the grave. By the time you are coming out, the country is on fire on you and you're wondering, what just happened?
What happened?
And they will tell you lies, a lot of lies. They will lie to you from day one. They will come with reports, wrong reports. I mean, thank God I know President William is not a guy who will come and read some funny reports twice. He will want to go and see now, what are you saying? But if you're just a person who is waiting for reports and all these things, and even the CSS, I'm looking at them and I just want to tell them, please, do one thing Mishuki taught us. You enter into a new institution. Give yourself 3 months. Let people not understand you. Let them not understand your weakness, your strength. Just be there. You yourself, go to every department of your ministry. Get to know people. Get to ask questions. After that, by the time you're coming now to give your riot act, you are so clear in what you want, how you're going to deliver, what you need, and you'll deliver. But if we come in and we just start hitting...
With kifua.
Everyone backs off. And by the time you know the whole ministry, and offices of government are very interesting. So my CS might be at NSSF, and your PS is at Posta, Teleposta. And I don't know, management directors, I don't know, and watch bill. Tell me, how will you understand your team? So difficult. So I want to, first, we want to cut on expenses. Let us first of all look at how we rent our offices. Can each ministry just have now their teams within the same place where they are, so that you're able to even know who is down, where is up, and what is happening.
Ladies,
it will really help.
Yeah, let's take a quick break, come back, talk some more. This is a very great conversation and great advice you're giving to the young ladies. It's fantastic. Huh?
They're going to go far.
They're going to go far.
I see next president.
Amen.
I love it. Beatrice Elachi has spoken. We have a president somewhere amongst us here.
Just have to work and believe in it.
Yes, could be Hazena Lamalatian, could be Gloria or Woban. You never know.
You never know.
That's right. Dreams are valid. Absolutely. Keep tweeting at Koinange Jeff, at Citizen TV Kenya, the hashtag JKLive. JKLive takes a break. We'll be back and we'll get to your tweets in a moment. Back in a moment. Seriously, if the team